I think generosity breaks the power of greed. And I think that's a great reason to be generous. You know, our first year, 1986, we had $50,000 that God provided that we were able to send out to ministries. That went from tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands to millions to this year it'll be over $20 million we're able to send out. I hesitate to throw out a number because people get infatuated with big numbers. I don't think God is. I think God is not impressed with the commas and the zeros. He's impressed with our heart. And for the first 15 years we were doing this, we didn't tell anybody what we were doing. We said, don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. People challenged us on that. They said, you know, God is doing an amazing thing here, and you need to be willing to tell the story of what God is doing. And so as God has provided income, we send it out, and we use the rest to grow our business. Barnhart Crane and Rigging Company basically picks up and moves heavy stuff. We work for heavy industry. We put up a lot of wind turbines. We work in the nuclear power industry, the oil refining industry. Anybody that has big, heavy things that need to be moved or picked, those are our customers. We're business people, and we tend to operate in our giving. We want to be as strategic in our giving as we are in our making of money. So we want to be intentional, and we call it investing rather than giving. You know, as we had more and more money to invest in ministry, we realized that giving money can be dangerous. It can do more harm than good. And we need to be strategic and careful as we give money. And so we had to create a process. The Grove Group was our answer to trying to figure out how to make the decisions about where the company money goes. We didn't want to have one individual making those decisions. We thought it would be better to do it as a group. Grove is an acronym for God's resources operating very effectively. And it's not our claim, it's our goal. And we wanted to bring the people in the company who were making the money, allow them to be part of giving the money and making those investments. We decided early on to give away 50% of our profit. We decided that because the tax law in our country allows us to take a tax deduction for 50% of our profit. The government is subsidizing our contribution by 40%. We wanted to go beyond that, and so we came up with some creative ways of giving. So when we have a piece of equipment that we no longer need, instead of selling it and having recapture and a tax bill, we give that piece of equipment away and the charity sells it. We gave away almost all of our real estate, and we lease our real estate back from a charity. And so that channels money to the charity that's an expense to our business. We realized there's a million things to give to, and we wanted to figure out what God wanted us to focus on. And we do due diligence on organizations, and we ask a lot of hard questions, and we want to invest in organizations that have good leadership, that have a coherent strategy, that have a good track record. And we want to invest over time more and more as we see them providing a return on our investment. The return is not money. We're not getting money back, but we think the return is real, and we want to invest to get a good return. If you run the numbers, it is to save a bunch of money up until you're old and then give it away. You've lost both a lot of tax benefit, but also a lot of blessing of being part of what God is doing along the way. But you know, we're not giving away a nickel that God hasn't provided us.